Hello, everyone. Hi, I am KMD, and welcome to Life Living Intentionally by Faith with Expectation. Hey, what can I say? Running behind the eight ball tonight, but don't worry about it. Don't let it bother you. I'm not going to let it bother me. I want to just welcome you for being here because, last week we had an awesome show. I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. I had my girl Rita on last week, and we talked about money matters, how what's your plan for the new year. And so tonight, I really wanted to come on and just kind of really share and talk more with you about a real important subject, and that is money. Money is so important. Why? Because we need it. We utilize it to get things done. We really, everything is kind of ran off of how we see it. And so tonight, let's talk about it. I want to share with you. I don't know if I really want to talk as so much as I want to just kind of like just put some thoughts on your brain, just kind of give you some things to think about, because I had to do a lot of thinking. I had to have a revelation. I had to get some real revelation about my finances, and that's real talk, because I realized real clear early on in the game, after I got out of school and I had all my student loans, one thing, that I was running after money. Money wasn't running after me. Real talk. So, you have that dream of going to college and graduating and making a lot of money. Well, guess what I found out? I made a lot of debt. That's what I did. I don't regret my debt. No. Because I value my education. Do you value your education? But it was just so shocking. I went into like real shock when I got out of school and I really couldn't get the job of my dreams. Now, have you probably, that's not your story, right? I know people who went to school, they got the job, everything worked out. Hey, making that money, right? Okay. Well, that was not my story at all. But I just I had to recall, not that I didn't have people to kind of give me some direction, okay? Because I did have some direction, and it was enough direction for me to make some decent choices. For example, I had my father. He was a great teacher, and he would really sit me down and really just kind of break it down to ABCs and one, two, threes of my income based on my choices. Let's talk about that. Choices. Choices are so important because that is one of the greatest powers that we have, is the power to choose. What are you choosing every day? What are you choosing to do with your money? Because if you're going to take control of your finances, you've got to take control of that main thing, the money. Because what happens is when your money get funny, you get funny too. Right? You ever seen people, they okay until the money is funny? And then they don't want to talk. They don't even want to look at you. They don't have nothing to say. Okay, I get it. Yeah, it happens that way. And so my dad sat me down. He said, this is what your income is going to be if you take this profession. He said, this is what your income is going to be if you take that profession. And boy, I was just gung-ho by what I thought I would experience, not by what I really would experience. Okay. So a lot of times we have that denial of truth, and then we have that reality of what life really is all about. And so you have to learn how to really listen to people who have walked where you've been, walk where you want to go. Right? So my dad didn't necessarily know about the field I wanted to be in, but he knew about life. He understood money. Okay. He was real theory. Okay. Now let's switch this thing for a minute. My mother was practical. She was about practical application. That girl believed in putting things into practice. She wasn't just going to tell you what it was like to borrow or to build or to buy or to jump out and to invest and to do. That woman did it, let me tell you. She didn't play now. When she said she was going to do something, she did it. So I had the best of both worlds. I had the good theory, but then I had some practical application. So I had a real learning experience that was undeniably true and real. But let's be real. We're very young. We think we really know, right? Now, I'm not asking you to agree with that. I'm just saying, I said real talk. I should have said real talk about me, because let's keep it real. That's all I can really deal with, the real talk about me. And so I had to learn a lot of lessons. And so the one thing I had to learn was that it was not about how much I made. It was about what I was going to do with what I made. What are you going to do with what you make every day? And I made that mistake because I really had to go back home and watch my aunts who were making far less than me. But what they taught me was the value of $1. Let me ask you something. How do you spend $1? Because however you manage $1 tells me how you will manage $10, $20, $100. So if you can't manage $1, why should I give you $20? Why should I trust you with $100? Because it's really that small. You know, it really comes down to the simplest common denominator: management, commitment. I mean, ask yourself, do you spend? Do you spend money? Do you invest? And do you buy things that will not give you a return? Think about that. When you put your money out there, when you start spending your hard-earned dime, are you spending on things that will give you a return? Are you investing, or are you just a consumer? You're buying things that you can get rid of right away, right now. What are you doing with that $1? Because when I saw my aunts take a whole lot of little and make much, I said, man, they are taking what they have and they're making it work. I was just ashamed. I just had to put my head down. You know why? Because I was making a whole lot more. But I had a perception about money, because you know what I didn't understand? I didn't understand that it was just a tool to be used by me. It was a tool that I had to use to take care of myself, to take care of my responsibilities, to do all the things that I know I need to do. Just think about it. When you have a construction team come to build a house, the first thing they do, what? They lay a foundation. So they're not going to go out there with the wrong tools. They're going to take hammer, they're going to take nails, they're going to take heavy equipment, they're going to take plywood. But a lot of times, when we talk about being a wealthy or doing well for ourselves, we'll come to the table with $10 and we want $10 million. Did I say that? Yeah, I said that. We want $10 million for $10. It just don't work that way. You're not going to get it that way. So my question is, do you ever think about, because I used to always hear my mama talk about this stuff. She would say, you know what? It's not, the quantity that you spend. It's the quality that you get as a result of what you spend. What is the quality? If you look at everything you consume, what's the quality? Was it worth it? You always have to ask yourself, is it worth it? What I'm about to do, what I'm about to purchase, what's the quality in it? Does it just look good for me to look like I spend a lot of money and spend a lot of money? Or is it better that I look like I spend a lot of money, but I kept most of it in my pocket? Because at the end of the day, you know what the main thing is? The main thing is how much you can keep, not how much you give away. I had to deal with all of these things. And I would ask you, and I will use the cliche that I've heard over time. How you do anything is how you do everything. So if we're careless with a dime, definitely we're going to be careless with $1. So it's so important that we get very real with ourselves, that we really, really just get down to business, because what you believe, or what you perceive to be true, that's what it is. That old saying, my perception is my what? Reality. So you know what I used to tell myself when I first got out of school and I was really looking around for a job, so I went back to school so I could get that job. I used to say to myself, you can't save any money. Nobody's saving any money. Oh, what lies I told myself. I said, oh, you can't do that. Nobody's saving money. It costs so much to live. All untrue. All untrue information. But you see, I had told myself something that wasn't true. And guess what? I believe what I told myself. What are you believing? What are you telling yourself that you haven't investigated? What are you saying to yourself that you haven't tested to see if it's really true? I just want you to just think with me tonight. Hmm. Think with me tonight. Just think with me. Because every time I would get to a place where they said was the wealthy place, it'd be broke by the time I got there. I said, what had happened? They said, oh, girl, that's how it used to be. Things have changed. But you know what I realized? That if I made a difference and if I made some different decisions, that I could keep my decisions the same. And then I could see a better result, a better outcome for what it is I'm really trying to do. So, when you do not know what you should be doing with yourself, I'm just asking a general question. When you get up in the day or when you wake up and you find yourself with some time, are you the kind of person sitting around saying, oh, I don't know what I should do with my day. I'm just not sure how to handle it. Time is money and money is time. hmm Because how you spend your time can have a direct result of the kind of money that you have to utilize when you need it. So if you're spending your time wanting to make more, thinking about making more, but not like my mom used to do, jump up and make more, get to it, get down to business, then you'll always be dreaming about what could be, what should have been, what ought to be, what was a possibility, but not the reality. Think about that. You got to think about that. So wasting time is like wasting money. I just want you to think with me. I ain't mad at nobody. I'm just saying what I'm saying. I'm just saying what I'm saying. You just got to think about it. When money doesn't have an assignment, it does nothing, which means it goes fast. Money, just like anything else, has to have an assignment. Just like you need a daily schedule to be successful at getting things done, your money needs to know what it's supposed to be doing. Have you ever just gotten your check and you said, I don't even know what happened to my money? Where did my check go? It didn't have an assignment. It had no assignment. Well, yeah, we got to pay the rent. Okay, we got to get that done. Yeah, we got to get some gas in the car. We got to get that done. Yeah, we got to pay the lights. What most folks do. Pay the lights and the gas. We got to get that done. But then what had happened to the rest of your dollar? What happened to the rest of the money? Well, it had no assignment. So it had no destination. So guess what? Anywhere it went was okay. Anywhere. But you know what? I did that. I was done with living like that. I made some different decisions. And you know what? I got the same heart and passion my mama had. And if I can help somebody, that's exactly what I'm going to do. And I just decided, you know what? I needed to really up the game on my financial education. I got a college education in my field of study in my undergrad. I got a good education in my graduate studies. But you know what I was missing? I was missing a financial education, because what I understood from the biblical angle was that God was the one who would give me the power to get the wealth. He could give me the strength. He could give me the ability. He can give me the opportunity to get the wealth. Why? Because he wanted to honor the covenant that he has already established. See, it's like a parallel. He established a covenant with his children, the Israelites. And that same principle of covenant flows over into my life. I said, well, if you're going to give me the power to get the wealth, this is the biggie, y'all. This is the biggie. What is my responsibility? Because being a good steward over your money, it just boils down to one big thing, one bottom line. How responsible are you being? It's about responsibility. It's about responsibility. It's going to be about responsibility. It's going to always be about responsibility. So what's your responsibility? What are you doing? You know what? When I got in business and when I started looking at what I wanted out of my life and how I wanted to live my life, I realized I wanted time freedom. I wanted money freedom. And overall, I wanted financial freedom. And that's not sinful. That's just being a good steward. That's just utilizing everything I have been given by the grace to honor the covenant, to do those things which will allow me to bless others, to definitely manage myself, take care of myself, and then be a blessing person, to be a seed. So, you know those terms, but to be able to give at will like I want to. Because I know it says, it's a great blessing to be the giver. People say, you're so blessed to receive. You know what I say? I say, oh, you're so blessed to be able to give. And that's where I want to live. And that's why I'm talking about this tonight. Because I know a year ago, almost a year ago, it'll be coming up to a year, about the end of February, almost March, that we really got in this awareness of this COVID-19. And you know what I did? I said, I need to take advantage of this time to make things work. I need to rise up and do all I have in my heart to do while I have the time. I need to make this work for me. So now we're moving into another year. Question: what are you going to do with your money this year? What are you going to do differently than you did last year? Are you going to take control of your money? Or are you going to still let your money control you? Are you going to work for money, or are you going to get smart and let money work for you? That's all I'm saying. I just want to know. I'm just asking. Because every day is an opportunity to start over again. Every day is an opportunity to do what you never did, to get something you never had, so you can go places you've never been and see things you've never seen. And if anybody stops you from doing these things, guess what, my love? It will be you. So, you know all about my website, McNeese and Associates. You know a lot about what I have going on the internet. You can go look, check the screen. I have a book I'm giving away. It's called How Money Works. And all I'm saying is that you can get this book. It's not a big deal. You know why it's not a big deal? Because everybody should know how money works. Because when you know that, you're able to leverage the playing ground. It's no more saying who tried to stop me, who tried to block me, what I don't have. God must not like me. God like those people. He don't like me. That's not true. There are people like me, financial professionals, coaches, who are willing to teach, educate, train, and give you the opportunity to leverage the playing ground. You know what I found out? Most of the time I spend in this area, I found out that people are really afraid that they're going to run out of money. And in this season, that's not just talk, that's real. That's very real. So listen, everybody, I have spent all of my time, hello, but I spent it wisely with you tonight. And I really want you to ask yourself some questions. Some basic questions. Do I have a budget? Am I on target? Does my money have an assignment? Or is it just loose change and I'm just losing it everywhere I go? And then I say, what happened? Do I understand my expenses? Are they legitimate? Or am I just loose to spending because I said, I just got to enjoy myself, but then I don't have enough saved for my unexpected emergency? What is your real income? Have you ever thought about that? What do you really bring home? And let me ask you the biggie, how much do you really keep? Because that's the real deal. What about your debt? It's not going to disappear, let me tell you. Talk to me, I can explain that to you. But thank God, through education, through training, through coaching, through the company I'm involved with, I've learned how to manage these types of things. So I'm just saying tonight, I want us to rise up and to create so that we can have all the things we say we want and do the things that we say we want to do. As a team, we're powerful. Individually, we can get it done, but as a team, we're more powerful. So listen. I just hope that tonight you have said, wow, she did not hold back. I can't hold back. This is too serious. It's not a joke, because what I don't want to see is I don't want to see people that I know, because I know some people that I care about, do the same thing that they did last year. And let me help you with something. It doesn't matter if you're making $1,000 or $10,000. I've seen the struggle on both sides of the table. You can change all of that. Make a decision. Take control of your money. Don't let your money take control of you. So listen, that's all I have, everybody. It was nice. It was great. I'm so glad that you know that you are kind, you are smart, and guess what? You are important. Don't forget it. Take care, everybody, and God bless.